Hello guys, welcome to Just Vibey Vibes. Welcome to our Raised in Africa series. Okay, this is a topic that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. Pedophilia in Africa. Because I am telling you, if you check IG, Instagram, check Twitter, oh my God, the rate of people that are being caught in the act is alarming. And I'm saying the rate of people that are being caught in the act because there are so many people that have been doing it that have gone free. The ones that are even being caught is alarming. So I don't think this is something new. I don't think it started today. But then, because for me, when I grew up, I didn't see people around me that were, that were doing, that were like, there were people that I would say they don't know that they were pedophiles, but they are because of the consensual age. So today I want to talk about consensual age in Africa. Growing up, right? Once you hit puberty and you start having that little breast, not the one that we call that small one that hurts. Once you start having that is open season. I mean open season mean that your age mates, your granddad, not your granddad, there's someone that should be your granddad's age, someone that should be your father's age. Everybody is like their eyes on you, and that there's this competition whereby it's like they're looking like some of them like who will be the first to to be with you, maybe to disvirgin you or something, or deflower you, rather, that's my word, or something like that. So I noticed that this was like growing up, this was the thing. But then, like growing up, I didn't have the idea. So that's why I'm talking about this now. There was no right age. It's the moment you have breasts, you said developing, you're getting more curves or whatever the case is, then they just assume. So it doesn't matter whether you start having breasts and everything when you're 9 years old, 10 years old, 11, not that 9 years old, I don't think they don't, but let's say 11, 12, I think 12 is a good age that's that. Then they don't see it as them doing anything wrong. They see it that you're matured and you're ready once you once you hit puberty. So that is one thing I feel like in Africa we need to really discuss. We need to have a consensual age, because now there are people that are being caught doing this, but there are also like senators, politicians, people that are supposed to be the people that people are looking up to in society that are still marrying young people, and they'll say it's their tradition, especially up in the north. They marry even in the, I think every other part maybe they can marry like 16 to 18. I think they still marry that as long as the man has money and he goes to the family. They can even marry the girl off to like a very old man. So we need to talk about consensual age. What is the age of consent? Because lots of people do it, and so people see it like it is the right thing to do. Somehow they don't know that it is the wrong thing to do. Like if I think about it, my very first relationship was a wrong relationship because our age difference was not, I was 15 and he was 20 something. So you see, but I didn't see it as anything wrong and he didn't see it as anything wrong, because it is a normal thing that people do. Then they ask you out, say, can you be my girlfriend? And you agree or you don't. So we need to really talk about consensual age. I know I talked about sex for grades, and I talked about teachers dating in my secondary school, dating students, but they did not see it as anything wrong. Like I said, they asked the girl, obviously maybe they might pressure how she might be scared because of her grades or whatever the case is, but they feel like they are in a relationship. They might be married and have children, but they feel like they're in a relationship, you see. So that is one thing. And also another thing that we need to talk about is the blame game. Like when you're growing up, someone will look at someone that is, I remember actually, let me talk about myself. I remember when I was growing up, my aunties, they used to look at me and they'll be like, this one, her shower no be small, or her shower go too much. What it means is that my prostitution will be lots. Can you imagine that? I was a baby. And it is something about they look at you, maybe, I don't know, maybe the way you carry yourself, or you laugh with people too much, or you like to play with you, but I don't know, whatever. I don't know what gets into their head, how they look at the little child. And then this is one thing, you cannot look at the little child and be seeing a little child as a grown up. Like they look at the little child and they start looking the child with the eye of or if this child is this playful when the child is grown, or I don't understand how someone can look like, if anybody, I'm telling you, if anybody has the guts to open their mouth and say that to my child, that will be the last day you'll be in anywhere in my child after I'm even done giving it to you, because that is so wrong. But that was like, oh, this one, oh, you know, that kind of thing. It was just a no. They don't mean it in a harmful way. They love me. They did not mean to say that in it, but that is like that's to tell you that is how normal it is. So they look at, like, looking at a child as grown up. So it's also on that thing whereby some things like this will happen, and then they'll say, ah, look at the girl. This girl, ah, she too much. Oh, she like man too much. The girl is 10 years old. This girl they're talking about. Someone might have been defiling her. Obviously, maybe in her home, her uncle, or whatever the case is. Might have that kind of thing might have been happening since she's 7 years old. And now she might think that it's normal. Like it's something that is normal. And now they are looking at her now, maybe now she's 12. But it's something she's been doing for a long time. She doesn't say anything. And then they're looking at her like, oh, she is poor. Oh, this thing, she likes man too much. How did she? Why are you not looking? Why is this happening? Why is nobody talking? Like calling the girl, say, what happened? Why? You know what I mean? And also the people that are interested in her. Why is nobody? Because our society, one thing I would say is this. Africans care about how people see them. We care about that so much. So if this is seen as a taboo, trust me, nobody will even near it. People will be running away from it. Why do you think like our rate of drunkards, I'm not saying that we don't have people that drink and get drunk, but the rate of drunkards, like people like, oh, people we call alcoholics, and not as much as it is in the Western world? Because when you grow up, like you see people that are alcoholics, like the way everybody just looking down at them, so you don't want to do it. So we do really, really care about how people see us. So if the society can start looking down on these people and not the victims, and I don't want to talk about the men aspect, because they think that the guys enjoy it. So it doesn't matter how, this is small. I don't know, because I grew up around girls, around women, like everywhere. So I don't know how it is for the males. And I know that they do have some. I saw on Instablog Nigeria, one guy was talking about how this woman that was known, that was very prominent in church, she used to, you know, make him go down on her and all that. So one time then he had is it gonorrhea or something like that, and then he went to the hospital, and then the mom he was having pain. And then when he went there, and they said that was that, and he said it was the woman. And then the woman said, God forbid it's not her. Everybody in the church even turned against him. I remember then that was when someone was talking, it was a comment in the session, but that is to tell you how serious it is. That people would turn against the boy. They're like, oh, he's lying on the woman. So everybody turned against him, so nobody believed him. So imagine what that could have done to, what that has done to him as a person. So you see, so men, they have it. I think the boys have it bad. The women also, the little girls also have it bad too. So these are things that we need to talk about. We need to look at. How can we stop it? First thing, I think we need to start giving this a bad, like I like the way on social media they're coming on people. People know that they were going to serve prison sentences and all that. They cannot just look at a 15-year-old, oh, she has breasts. She did. No. Now you cannot do that anymore. You're going to go to jail. But then we have to have tougher jail sentence, and then we need to have a situation, because at the moment we don't have where everybody's like where like a database whereby people's names and everything is in. Like we have some that they're doing, but I don't think they're not interlinking. You know what I mean? Like they're not linking your passport to you. They're not linking, you know, things are not linking. Everything that is done is just done. This session do it, and that's it. Like the name, this one do an NIN number, this one do it, and anything they're doing, it doesn't matter what they're doing, they're not linking it, because whenever you're taking records like that, it should be linked, whereby then there should be a general process whereby everybody's information is in there, so that way when someone has committed that kind of crime, there will be a situation whereby when they are released, they have to go in to, and you know, the way they have to go into to what they call it, there's a word they call it, I've forgotten. They have to go in anyway to from time to time to show that they are in that area. They have to inform the area, and then they have to inform people in that area, so everybody's looking at them. And if anything goes wrong in that area, they are the first person that they go to. We need to have all those things with shame. What they need is shame. If we can shame them enough, I'm telling you, then they would stop doing it, because I don't care. This is ridiculous. that people go through it, like, you know, little children are being molested, and then it is like, oh yeah, she has or she asked for it, oh look at that girl now, look at the way. And grown women will be looking at the small child and be talking about the small child. Women, we are also the worst. We are also the worst. Grown women will look at the little child and be gossiping the child, how the child is loosed. How is a little child loosed? How is a 12-year-old loosed? Are you serious? We need to do better. And another thing is this family protecting. Oh, we're protecting it. Oh, we're putting it, we're keeping it in the family. Oh, the father is molesting the child. Oh, we're keeping it in the family. Or the uncle, oh, we're keeping it in the family. Keeping what in what family? That is why they continue doing it. You're keeping it in the family. Oh, we don't want the family to have shame. What kind of shame? The shame is on that girl. Now you're making the little girl feel that it is shame for her. That what is happening is shameful. So she says she cannot even talk about it. Enough is enough. We need to have consensual age. If it is 18 years old, then it's 18 years old. If it's 16 years old, it's 16 years old. Whatever we need to have that. It needs to be a staple. And then we need to have age that people can actually marry. And all of that, we need to have those things like in a proper legislation or whatever, I don't know, a bill or whatever, I don't know how they pass laws, but we need to have that, like in our constitution, to be honest. We need to even have that in our constitution, whereby they know that this is it. And if anything goes wrong, then we have to have tough, very tough jail sentences for these people. So that way, then they can stop it. At least it will even reduce. And also the people that are doing it unconsciously, just because that's what they say everybody doing, so they are doing it. Because it is normal. What I'm talking about is normal. It is normal for a 30-year-old person to be asking a 14-year-old girl out for a relationship. It is normal. I don't care what anybody's going to say. Like, you're not going to tell me that in Nigeria it's not normal for... They'll ask the girl out. It's normal. So then we need to stop normalizing that. And then if we stop that, then we can stop this. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not even talking about, for me, I'm not even talking about pedophilia like in the little, the ones that go for 3 months, all those ones. Those ones are just, to be honest, like I don't have I would say I don't have knowledge on that and experience, and I have not seen it happen. I have read about it, so I can't really talk about that. And I don't even know what can I say about that. Is wrong. But this one I can talk about. We need consensual age. We need people to know that, okay, at this age, so that I remember when I came to this country, I was in Cambridge then, and I would be in the city center, and a guy would just come up to me and be talking to me, and he would be like, how old are you? And since I knew that it was the age thing, I was over 18, but since I knew that I would be like, oh, I'm 15 years old. And then he's going to be like, oh, you look good, bye. And then he leaves me because I said I'm 15 years old. Exactly. So we need to have that. Yeah, I was lying, but yeah, we still need to have that. So that way, when people see, then they know that, okay, she's not of age yet. Then they leave. How about that? So that's all I'm going to say about pedophilia in Africa. It's something that we need to nip in the bud because it's becoming too much. And the rate at which, like, oh my God, it is sick and it's becoming too much. The rate at which the things I see on Instagram is just like, someone will say, the recent one man said that his wife is no longer attractive to him. So he's sleeping with their daughter. Huh? And look at the person's face, not attractive at all. Oh God, ridiculous. Or is the pastor, I think cleric slept with, or whatever. It's just ridiculous. So let's work on it. Or there's this one a long time ago. I don't have that video. It's so long ago. Like I don't know where to find it. I think I did send that to someone. So I will search if I can see that. I'll put it there because I'll put the video if I can see it. I remember sending it to someone's WhatsApp. So I will find it, and if I can find it, I would take the video, because it's not about the child, it's about the mother. The mother was saying that it's the child's fault. And literally, this was a little child, and the mother was saying that it was the child's fault. I hope they took the child away from the mother. I think they were planning to do that, and I hope they did that. She was saying that it was the child's fault. So you see, and then there was another one that I think pastor, prophet, and then they said, okay, he got one of the girls pregnant, and the parents were saying, oh, it's their in-law. Then police went to arrest him, and they were there fighting, is our in-law, is our in-law. Ah, very, very sad. Okay, I'll leave you there for today. I'll see you some other time. This was a really, really tough topic. I hope it was insightful, and I hope there's change. To be honest, my race in Africa is all about change. So I hope we get change soon. Bye-bye. See you some other time.